Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? How are you doing? Happy Thursday. As always, we're continuing with the theme of this week, which is talking about the problem solution fit and how that's so important if you're a coach to find that real problem that the people are ready to pay for. So yesterday we talked a lot about the different ways that we can go about, or actually I do with my own one-on-one clients, on how to validate that problem solution, how to validate that offer. Because a lot of the coaches that I meet and that I see, they struggle because they thought of a cool offer, a cool idea. They thought it was cool. They put all this time, money, resources into building it, and then they go to the marketplace and it's crickets because you never validated it, right? So we talked about that, and today I thought would be a good idea to give you real life examples of problems people pay to solve versus the ones that don't pay to solve, right? And I think some of these are going to be some things that are repeated before, but for the sake of being repetitive, because I feel maybe that's gonna be the last thing, the thing that you need to kind of drop the ball to really to drop the pin, right? For you to really understand. Because coaches don't get paid for solving interesting problems, right? They get paid for solving urgent ones, right? And most coaches accidentally position themselves and their work around nice things to have, nice outcomes to have. But today I'll show you real examples of problems that people constantly pay to solve, the ones and also the ones that they don't, right? So you can position your offer for a money making side and not just like kind of like a nice offer that's nice and nice to have. Because here there's mainly four things that I want to talk to you about. So people pay for problems that they're painful now, right? Problems that are measurable, and problems that they have high stakes. For example, they affects their health, that affects their money, affects their relationships, affect their identity. These are what people pay for. They don't pay for vague promise of vague things or nice to have things. At least no high prices for nice to have things, right? Or low stake stuff, right? The high stakes are what I mentioned: the health, the money, the relationship, the identity. So if your roof is leaking, for example, you pay anything to fix it today, because if it's raining outside, your roof is leaking, you're gonna whatever the plumber or whatever the roof fixing people are asking you to do, you're gonna pay whatever it is to fix today. If your walls need a fresh coat of paint, you put it off for like weeks, months, maybe even years, right? Because it's not a high stakes thing. It's not painful right now. It's not measurable, right? So let me give you some real life examples from different coaching scenarios. For example, if you're a life coach, I always say this: people don't pay for "I'll help you live your best life." People don't pay for that. That's not, you need to contextualize that, right? They'll pay for things like when you say "I'll help you stop people pleasing so you can set boundaries and feel free again." That's a payable reason why people will go, okay, give me that. They don't pay for I'll help you find balance, more balance. What does that mean, right? We need to put more context into it. If you say, for example, I'll help burned out moms stop snapping at their kids and feel more calm again, specific, right? That's if you're a life coach. Let's say, for example, you're health coaching, or you do health coaching. People don't pay for "I'll help you eat healthier." That's boring. He's going to give me broccoli. I don't want that, right? They'll pay for "I'll help busy lawyers lose 20 pounds without fat diets so can perform at their best." That's specific. That's a pain point that they have. That's a real outcome, a goal that they can measure. They don't pay for, in health coaching still, they don't pay for things like "I'll help you feel more energy or more energetic." Nah, that's vague. That's, bring context into it. Say something like, for example, "I help executive double their energy so they can crush 12-hour work days without burnout." Specific, to the point. Yeah, 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 yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Let me give you another one. If you're a leadership coach, if you do leadership or executive coaching, don't say things, "I'll help you find your authentic leadership style." What does that mean? Okay, they find it. Now what? Right? Say, for example, "I help women in tech overcome self-doubt so they can land promotions and lead with confidence." Specific, right? Straight to the point, measurable, urgent, because they want that promotion, and they know that they have to lead with confidence and overcome the self-doubt that they have, right? Another one for leadership, don't say things, for example, "I'll help you be a better communicator." What's the benefit of that? That's a nice thing to have, to be, right? But what's the pain point that that's going to solve, right? So, for example, instead of saying "I'll help you be a better communicator," you can say "help mid-level managers run meetings so they can get buy-ins so that they can move into executive roles." For example, well, let me rephrase that. So I help mid-level managers run meetings that get buy-ins so they can get into executive roles. That's different. Instead of just saying, I will help you communicate better. No, I'll help you run the meetings better so you can have the buy-in from your people that you need to buy in from so you can get moving to executive roles quicker, right? The difference isn't about the coaching tool. See here, we're not changing how the format that you use or your coaching methodology. We're not changing any of those. It's the framing of the problem that changes. You can still use the same methodology, like the journalings and the mindfulness and the breath work and the healing. You can use all of that, but you sell them through the doorway of the urgent problem. The problem is the hook. The solution is the delivery. Clients buy the hook first. Get them with the hook. And if a client says, that'll be nice to have someday, it won't sell. If they say, for example, I need that now, I can't keep living like that, that's what it is. It will sell. Urgency is a difference between client opening their wallets versus scrolling past. That just telling you as it is, right? Because at the end of the day, as I say, all these videos that I'll be saying, these are not the sexy stuff. People think that, oh, I need more followers, that's what I need, or I need more subscribers, or I need more likes or more engagements in my content. That's not what you need. Your offer sucks. Your positioning sucks, and that's okay. That's why these videos are here. That's why I give doing this lives to help you change that and frame it, right? So I hope this today helps. Tomorrow we're going to talk about, how to refine your solution so the clients see you as the only option. How can you refine that solution so clients go, oh, Mary, that's her. That's who I need. That's who I need to work with, right? So I hope this was helpful, although this was a little bit shorter as well. But that's the nature of these videos. I don't want to kind of like drag on. I want to make sure that I give you what you need. Here it is. Go apply it. Go do the thing. If you need feedback, as always, my DMs and my comments are open. Drop a comment, drop a DM, or send me a DM, send me an email if you know my email. And I'll give you feedback. Happy to do so. Okay. As always, big kiss, big hug, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.